On June 27th, I saw a news headline that brought a smile to my face. Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million over sexual harassment and assault allegations. Was I sadistically happy that a 30-something-year-old man received lewd text messages from his gay billionaire employer? No. But I was foolishly optimistic that this news would somehow lead to Netflix canceling the release of the 14th film in the Madea Cinematic Universe, Medea's Destination Wedding. For a brief moment in time, I thought I was finally free. Little did I know, this is the summer of Tyler Perry on Netflix. On June 6th, he released a movie called Straw that debuted at #1 on the Netflix chart. And 3 weeks later, when the news of Tyler Perry's gay sexual harassment came out, the film was still in the top 3 that weekend. Which, I've got to give credit to black people. Based on my research during these Madea reviews, I was under the impression that black people were homophobic. And that would be the reason they'd drop Tyler Perry rather than the harassment part of it. But no! This dogshit movie stayed in Netflix's top 3 almost a month after release, even after Tyler Perry got outed. So obviously I'm a fool for thinking this lawsuit would lead to anything. We live in a time where Diddy is innocent and Epstein had no clients. So of course, the billionaire sexually harassing his employees would have no lasting consequences. I read through all the allegations and leaked text messages. And while they are hilariously gay, anybody asking for $250 million as repentance for receiving them is obviously a con man. The damning text messages are the only evidence provided, and the ones he chose to release are laughably milquetoast. In one, Tyler Perry is advising him to avoid having sex with people in the industry unless he's actually into them. And if anything, Derek Dixon is the one flirting with Tyler Perry here, saying he'd fuck somebody to win an Oscar. And he even admits his mother believes everything Kanye West says. You could put a gun to my head and I'd never confess anything so damning about my mother. But this dude proudly leaked it online. In another text, Tyler Perry calls himself a stud. Oh man. Keep in mind, these two gay men have years of texting history. And even with the benefit of everything we're seeing being completely out of context, these were the best screenshots he could find. The absolute funniest allegation is one without evidence, where he claims Tyler Perry once told him, "When you have a big dick and you hit the G-spot just right on these bottoms, they go crazy." There are also claims that on the set of their TV show, Tyler Perry would grope Dixon's ass. And for all I know, that kind of shit did happen. But these embarrassing text messages and a lawsuit for an insane amount of money aren't the ways to make people take you seriously. And clearly they didn't. And now, thanks to your failure, I had to fulfill my duty and watch Medea's Destination Wedding. And honestly, if I had to choose between watching this movie again or letting Tyler Perry hit my G-spot just right, I'd say it's time to go crazy. Medea's Destination Wedding is a cheaply shot commercial for a hotel in the Bahamas. As Tyler Perry likes to do, he cut every corner, padded the runtime with unfunny improv, and refused to let us see Madea in a bikini, even though Hollywood perfected that technology with Norbit all the way back in 2007. So considering how little he spent making this movie, plus how much Netflix paid him for it, plus how much the hotel paid him for product placement, Tyler Perry probably earned enough money from this film alone to pay for sexual assault lawyers for the rest of his life. Tens of millions of dollars in net revenue to shit out the worst movie I've seen this year. The saddest part is, this movie is just the setup for the next movie. And even though they filmed it in 2024, it isn't gonna release until 2026. This film is 80% hotel porn and 20% setting up Joe's college road trip. So these are basically Marvel movies at this point, only existing to set up the next movie. Now one MCU is copying the other. But we'll get to that and everything else, starting with some Madea hijinks. The opening scene is a metaphor explaining how Tyler Perry feels about his audience and what they deserve from these movies. Madea and Leroy Brown are walking through the parking lot after grocery shopping, and Leroy is asking Madea why she shops in the ghetto if she can do so much better. And as they're leaving, Madea pushes her shopping cart into a parked car instead of returning it, choosing the laziest and dumbest option possible while claiming this is what the ghetto deserves.
You ain't got to bring the basket back to the ghetto here. Leave the damn basket there. Somebody, who parked there?
Then they're getting gas, and some robbers try to take Medea's purse. So she sprays them with gasoline and lights them all on fire. But we've fallen for this trick before, and we won't again. This opening scene is not only the peak of Medea's hijinks, it's also the only hijinks in the film. I suppose the thinking is, if the audience sees Madea kill 4 people with fire in the opening scene, they're probably gonna stick around hoping that was just a taste of what's to come. But nope, that wasn't a taste, that was the meal. The rest of this is improv and hotel porn.
This is lovely. I mean, this is just damn lovely. I love this place. There's some nice shit here. Yes, indeed. I tell you, this place is so beautiful. They got people everywhere just having a good time. I love it up in here.
The plot of the movie is Brian's daughter from the Halloween movies is getting married to some stoner artist he's never met before. And also, his ex-wife is now married to a millionaire. So he's a humiliated beta male who needs to prove his masculinity by paying for his daughter's wedding even though he can't afford it on a lawyer's salary. I think this is the natural evolution for Tyler Perry's growing ego. In other movies, his character would be cucked by stronger, manlier men. I guess because Tyler Perry in real life was sexually attracted to them. But in this movie, Brian is seen as a loser because the other man has a lot of money. So billionaire Tyler Perry's way of comedically humbling himself in this film is pointing out that people with a lot of money are better, and he's cosplaying as a common serf who only makes a 6-figure income. Anyway, Madea and Joe go to the Bahamas for Tiffany's wedding, and Madea does literally nothing for the entire rest of the film. She has a conspiracy theory that Tiffany is rushing the wedding because she's pregnant, but that turns out not to be the case. Other characters beg Madea to go down the water slide, and I was wondering how Tyler Perry would outdo the iconic water slide scene from Norbit. But he is literally so lazy and cheap that he refuses to wear anything other than a dress that hides his entire body.
I'm not going no pool in this dress. This is my floral arrangement.
What's your swimsuit?
Superimposing his head onto a fat actress in a bikini would have been funny. A prosthetic fat suit would have been amazing. But Tyler Perry instead chooses to waste our time telling us that something funny isn't going to happen.
Get Madea to go.
Get me to go where?
You go down the slide.
You crazy as hell. I'm not gonna do that.
The running joke of the movie is that since Brian's pride forced him to pay for everyone's hotel room, everyone keeps charging their expenses to the room. And evidently in the casino, you can gamble by billing your chips to the room as well. And Joe takes advantage of this and wins thousands of dollars. He lies to everybody about his winnings and spends the rest of the movie surrounded by strippers. And that's it. That's all the hijinks of this 100-minute film. Killing people with gasoline and a lighter is awesome, straight up. And I do enjoy seeing Joe thrive, stealing from his son, winning tons of money, and facing zero repercussions at any point. But the rest of the movie is void of anything, and even goes out of its way to point out the hijinks it isn't partaking in. So in terms of Madea hijinks, I'm giving this one a 3 out of 10. And fuck it, the Madea performance was also a 3. In this movie, Brian is considered a failure of a man. His ex-wife is with a millionaire, his daughter is marrying a disrespectful stoner who keeps calling him the N-word.
What's up, my nigga? What's up, old nigga?
You heard him.
We don't say nigga in this house, nigga.
But perhaps his greatest shame of all is his 19-year-old son, AJ. Upon first glance, you might think AJ is a stereotypical black nerd character like Urkel or Cookie. But no! He's just a pussy. His only character trait is he's a huge pussy. When he has to pee, he says he has to tinkle. When the thug fiance brags about fucking his sister in front of the whole family, and the mom is like blushing and giggling, AJ doesn't understand what the words mean.
Shit, more than that, I don't be hitting that.
Oh, okay, stop it.
What does that mean? What does he mean by that?
On the plane, he's doing a coloring book. And when Joe lets him listen to rap music, he gets offended by the word pussy.
Oh my. Oh, grandpa. Yeah. They're saying the P word a lot.
Get it? Because he's a huge pussy. What's the point of all this? Well, it's the only character arc promised by the movie. I say promised because it hasn't happened yet. This movie and Joe's college road trip were written and filmed back to back because it's a continuation of the AJ-Joe relationship established in this movie. That relationship being AJ is a pussy and Joe wants to make him a man. So hopefully taking their tour of America's Black history will make AJ less of a pussy or something. I'd bet on a February release date to celebrate you-know-what. My only hope is the plotline of Joe winning thousands of dollars gambling continues, and he'll use his wealth for hijinks on the road trip. But that would require Tyler Perry to spend real money to make his movie more entertaining. So this plotline will likely be dropped. In terms of overall movie quality, this is the worst movie I've seen this year. I feel like the other horribly bad Madea movies had at least one good joke or redeemably upsetting plot detail. But this one truly has nothing going for it. Perhaps the ultimate definition of a paycheck movie with nothing to say and no reason for existence beyond fulfilling contracts. It's a 1 out of 10, giving the film a final score of 7 out of 30, landing it in last place as the worst Madea movie. Is this recency bias? Listen, folks, if you want to go watch all 14 of these movies to prove me wrong, feel free. I might be the only person on the planet who has done in-depth reviews of all of these movies. And it turns out that's because they have no depth and they're complete shit, and I've wasted years of my life reviewing them. Anyway, I'll see you guys next year for Joe's College Road Trip.